Serica here, and I am in the process of putting in mini twist. Mini twist. I know, I said I wasn't going to worry about doing protective styling between my sets of Nubian twists, but I really just wanted to see what these look like. I just felt like seeing what they look like on my natural hair. So I started on them, not actually thinking I was going to do my whole head. I did the ones at the nape yesterday. I spent about an hour because I was watching TV and it just sort of happened. And then when I went and checked, I had twisted my head from the nape up until about an inch below the crown. And I thought, I think I'm just going to keep going with this since about a third of my head is done. And it only took me an hour. And it really did only take me about 3.5 hours to get my entire head done minus the bangs in front because those have been done for about 4 days. So, yeah. I'm actually twisting this in real time. That's not a camera trick or editing software trick because I twist relatively quickly because I've been doing it for so long. I think my mother bought me one of those mannequin doll heads when I was 9 years old, and that thing had no hair a year later because I was crazy about braiding and twisting. Anyway, I loved the Nubian twists when they were just on my bangs. Not Nubian twists, the mini twists. I loved them when they were just on my bangs. And there they are. Those are 2 days old. And that was just before I washed them. This is after I washed them. And even with the shrinkage, I still love them. So I thought, I think I need to do these everywhere. So right now I have been working for I don't know how long. I think that's about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours to get all of those done. And it feels so good to have air on my scalp. So this is the spin around the back. When I have the Nubian twist, as soon as they grow a couple of days, my scalp is sort of got this shield of new growth that doesn't let a whole lot of air in. And then when I take them out, it certainly doesn't get any airflow because my hair is so thick. So it feels so good to have these little parts where there's air on my scalp. It feels really light and really breezy, and that's great. But yeah, this whole look thing, no, I don't think so. I kind of hate that. So anyway, I'm just going to pin those back out of the way and keep putting in my little tiny itty bitty twist. This is what I have left. I have this section at the crown and that section on the side. And you can see I did flat twists. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I did this flat twist because these little tiny itty bitty hairs right at the nape, yeah, those make really ugly twists because they're so small. So I just flat twisted them back until I got to some hair with some length to it. All right, I'm done. All finished. All my twists are in. Yeah, that looks a hot mess. Hated it. Yeah, I look like I'm scared. Like I stuck my finger in an electrical socket. But I can fix it with water. I know, you thought electricity and water don't mix. What I do, there's one already done. And it looks all crazy because, natural hair needs a little while to let the water soak in. My hair's been dry for a few days, so I'm just going to spray it with water and put a little tiny kinky curly curling custard on each of the sections and then do a finger coil. And I'm using kinky curly instead of using my flaxseed gel because I couldn't find the vodka, and I made a batch, and I make a batch every 2 weeks just by default. So I just chunk my old one and make a new one every 2 weeks even if it's not finished because vodka is not that great of a preservative. So I made the batch and I couldn't find the vodka, so I used something else, some other clear alcohol, and that didn't work. That stuff was funky. I mean, funky. In, I want to say 3 days, it was bad. I didn't put it in the refrigerator, it was just in my bedroom. And it was just, no. So I chunked it and I just never got around to making a new batch. So, yeah. So I'm just going to keep twirling away on these until I get them all done. And here they are all done. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell by my face, but no. I need to run out of the house too. And they're still wet, but I'm going to break them apart, which is what I did here. Usually I wait until they dry all together and then I pull them apart because you get a lot better curl definition if you let them dry before you pull them apart. But I pulled them apart and put them in a puff, and yeah, I'm a happy girl. I like the puff. And if you look at these close, look how big those look. Don't those look huge? I mean, you can't really tell that they're twists unless you can see kind of the middle back root area. But the part that you can see looks like a lot of hair. And remember, I started with something this size. Yeah, teeny tiny, itty bitty twist. And then as soon as water hits them, they fluffed up into these, which is why they're so tiny when you start, because as soon as the water hits them, you just don't know what you're dealing with. All right, here are a few more pictures. That's all done in my puff. I've only sprayed the ends of them, so this isn't the full effect of shrinkage just yet. Another view of the puff. And oh yeah, how could I have forgotten? Another view of the puff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.